Hello and welcome to Checkpoint on Campus. I am your host, Jacob Brothers, and all the way across the metaphorical desk is Erica Sadora. Erica, how are you today?
I'm doing freaking great. How are you today, Jacob?
I'm doing freaking greater because we have a fantastic show to give you this week. This week in the queue, we are talking about 5 collegiate programs to keep an eye out for this year. We talked to our best friend, Doc Haskell, touch bases with him. We give you your preview review, and we talk about CSL Albright College Esports Facility Collaboration. All of that coming up on this week of Checkpoint on Campus. Don't you move a freaking muscle.
Let's go. Let's energize your future with experiences that empower possibility. At Oakland University, at the heart of every program lies a pathway to self-discovery, where you'll learn by doing, whether it's in a lab, on a field, or in a community, where you can pursue your passions and be a part of something meaningful. So let's go beyond traditional thinking and discover your purpose. Learn more at oakland.edu/support.
Hello and welcome to Checkpoint on Campus. Jacob Brothers is here. Erica Sadora is there. And we are joined by a very, very special friend of the show. We are joined. Yeah. Oh, yes. You're right
What?
here. Yeah. We are talking
Oh,
to.
Do you want me to get out of the way so they can get on?
No. I think you'll do. We're talking.
Oh, okay.
We're talking to Doc Haskell, head of Boise State or director of Boise State Esports. Thank you so much for coming on. It's always a pleasure.
You bet. That's great to be here. You guys are awesome.
Oh, stop it! You're awesome, and that's actually
No, you are.
that's actually the first question. I know you're not one to toot your own horn, but I'm gonna have to ask you to in the very beginning. So you've already won Director of the Year, and you've won Coach of the Year, and now you've been awarded the Collegiate Ambassador of the Year for the Esport Awards. You've always been, a big player in the space, and so my question is, how do you feel to be recognized for all of the work that you've done in this space so far?
Well, one, calling me a big player in the space, is that a fat joke? If it is, young man, I will come and see you. Honestly,
ready. I love that.
Well, it happened to be up here. It was not a plant at all. This is around the arena all the time. Sometimes it sits back there on the arcade cabinet. It just happened to come out the other day. So sitting on the desk up here. Honestly, it is a wonderful honor. I haven't yet earned it in my mind, so I'll take this and then I'll try to pay it off on credit. I'm gonna have to pick up the pace and be a better ambassador starting now. Otherwise, I think I have to return this.
So, Doc, Boise State has been doing fabulous this season and the past seasons. What does it mean to be recognized for all of this hard work you and your team has been putting in lately?
Oh gosh, honestly, it feels good. I mean, but it feels like we've been doing the things that we believed in the beginning would get us into the neighborhood, and we don't expect to win every tournament. We don't expect to place the top in everything that we do. But this is the neighborhood we want to be in. We want to have meaningful matches at the end of the season against top teams, and we're not always going to win those, but sometimes we are. And that's what we're building toward. Honestly, that's the rodeo. That's the piece that we get excited about. At the beginning of the year, we make plans, we set goals, we work through those, we struggle like everybody else does. People get mad at each other. We all come back together. There's singing. There's a musical number, usually Bollywood, and then we get to the end of the season, and we like where we've come. So, truly, to be mentioned in top school list is wonderful, and it's gratifying, but it's not unexpected when we have as many goals as we do.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and speaking of how your teams are doing, how do you anticipate on this upcoming season to go for your programs? Are we expecting championships? Are we fragging? How are you feeling?
We've had to make a really unique adjustment for us. This is the first semester we will not have a team in CLAL. You're like, what?
I know. It breaks my heart.
We had three of our players leave to go to the Pro-Am bubble. Sought after folks like Brett, Narkowitz, Light Pulse, and we graduated a couple of folks. And at semester, we didn't have a competitive enough team to participate, and so we've repurposed some of those amazing players. And oh yeah, we're all in on Halo now. So we'll continue to look at the games every year and find out what's best for us and what we can recruit well for. But in the other games, we expect to contend in Overwatch. We expect to contend again for a national championship in Madden, and Rocket League. We expect to be right at the top of NACE and to qualify for CRL and some of those big pieces. I mean, those are all the goals we kind of have set for ourselves. And we expect to have progress toward those goals. We don't always meet them, but that's the benefit / curse of big aspirations.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic. I mean, that's a great problem to have, of having your
It
CLO
is.
players go on up. But speaking
Yep.
of something else that's going phenomenally, you're already showing it off just in your background. Obviously, Boise State is known for having one of the best production studios in the collegiate sphere, opportunities that are given to the
Thank
students
you.
even in production. And so, how are you looking to improve the broadcasting program even further in this upcoming school year?
Well, one of the things we're trying to do is we're trying to bring in high-level talent to work with our students. And sometimes that means just an external broadcast that we're doing for a partner. We'll partner one of our really strong students with a pro, right? Reached out to Tom Battinger this morning, try to get him on one of our things, just so that our students have the opportunity to work with the sphere of talent that they want to become a part of. One of the most valuable things you can learn in any experience is what you're lacking still, right? We always want to build up confidence in everybody, but sometimes knowing, okay, what's that next gap to jump and what do I have to do to get there, it is a big part of it. And so being dazzled in a first person perspective with some really talented folks. We've had Lemon Kiwi work with our students in the past. We've had a number of fantastic pros work with our players. And so our casters, excuse me. And so we want to do those things. The other thing too is I have secret designs for a Mandalorian style volume, LED super studio someday, which would be pretty amazing. We try to up every broadcast we do. We try to dial in what the top organizations are doing and figure that out and emulate it and make it cool.
That's fantastic.
So, when we talk about the connection between the broadcast and the game teams, what are your insights about I know a lot of colleges recently have been including esports minors into their programs.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
So we're a Division I college football campus, and we mirror a lot of the ways that football does what they do. Football is a competitive program that becomes a platform for other departments to put curriculum into it. So football has kinesiology and different health science disciplines, especially now with all the testing that has to take place for illness and disease. And what do we call them? Basically athletic training, right? None of those are part of football, but they all use football as a platform to teach what they teach. So we are in kind a platform for our communication majors to get great practical training working for us while they study. Same thing with many of our sports management folks. They can come in and participate. We can hire them to do different projects and things like that. So they have practical experience kind of heading out the door.
That's great. And so, speaking of esports minors and kind of trends that are developing in the space, I wanted to ask the collegiate ambassador himself, straight from the horse's mouth, kind of a big deal, what is kind of the main development that you would like to see happen in the whole esports scene for this year of 2022? If you could pick, like, on my list of what I'd like to happen, what's the top of that list?
Oh my goodness. All the things that I would like to have happen. Honestly, I'm gonna go with the lowest hanging fruit possible. I want us to get to a place where our students can travel in safety and health, and we can bring these groups together again. And some of it is happening, but not at the level it should be at this stage. Because of all of the programs spinning up, the greatest gift that esports has given us is the ability to go and to meet new people and to have great experiences, to prepare for big competitions, to figure out how to change your attitude when you lose earlier than you expected. I mean, so many teaching opportunities with esports that we haven't been able to take advantage of because it's hard to keep people healthy. My biggest wish is that we this year will see things really turn the corner and we can gather together again. I mean, the Dream Hacks and the BlizzCons, they got to come back. They've got to come back. That's my biggest wish.
Absolutely, they must. Doc, thank you so much. This has been
You guys are
such
awesome.
an absolute pleasure. No, we just try to mimic you, man. You set the bar, and we try to catch up. You're a modest man, but we know the truth. It's been an absolute pleasure, Doc.
You're the best.
Best of luck to you and your program and your broadcasting production in this upcoming year. And we'll be keeping an eye on you guys. And we'll be talking soon.
Thanks a ton. You guys are awesome.
No, you. Greetings and welcome back to Checkpoint on Campus. Jacob Brothers is still here. Erica Sadora is still there. We are joined by two very special friends. We are joined by Ruben Osterling and Vanessa Alves Johnson. Guys, thank you so much for coming on to the show. And we are here to talk about kind of an important thing. So there are collegiate programs everywhere. At this point, they're growing on trees, and that's a good thing. But one important issue is, how can you possibly know them all? And so this segment is us talking about 5 programs that you should keep an eye out for this upcoming semester. And so we're going to start with you, Ruben, as you have a little unknown college to talk to us about.
Thanks for having me on the show again. On this show, I'm going to be talking about Northwood University. So, 2 shows ago, I talked about them, the Timberwolves, how they won the CER national champions. And it's very exciting. Their esports program is just booming, especially after that. As they come into a new year, they're training really hard. And it's really cool as they assemble a new team. They got their old champions. You got like Pirates and Buddy, but they also got upcoming ones. A lot of guys that, a lot of freshmen and sophomores have been training really hard. And I think the cool thing to mention and why I'm highlighting this team is because their esports program, they're taking it very seriously. Like if you go on their website, you can actually sign up for one-on-one coaching, either in like Rocket League or in Overwatch. And I think it's amazing that their school recognizes it not just as like a fun hobby, but as a serious career option. It's so serious there. They actually offer not just an esports training facility, that's where they go actually train it in the university, but the school actually offers a major in esports management. And with that kind of serious and professional attitude towards it, they're just so eager to play and to really represent their school. It's not just like, oh, we're just goofing around, but they're really proud of it and so proud that the school has offered them and blessed them with so many opportunities to really just prosper as a team. And to be honest, they're so good with competing with, some of the best teams in, Rocket League, CRL, as we've seen last year, that I know for this year is going to be no problem with them. Especially just with the recruitment just booming, it's going to be such a good team.
I love Northwood being on this list because they're starting to enter the New England Patriots conversation, of like, how long can they be at the top? And as I do things like scouting, and as I do things like an esports major, it's going to be important to see if they're able to stay in the position that they've been in for the past year or two. So thank you for that. Now, going to a totally different area, Vanessa, talk to us about a university out of New Jersey.
Yes, I'm really excited to talk about New Jersey City University. First of all, because when you look at Smash, a lot of these teams really come out of the Texas region. So it's very refreshing to be able to talk about a team that is not in the Texas region, give them their props and everything. So New Jersey City University, their Collegiate Smash team is definitely one we want to keep an eye out for in 2022. They got 3 different teams in their esports program. They got varsity, JV, and they have a special team that was formed just for the Collegiate Smash Conference. And this allows them to be able to compete against other higher ranking teams. So more opportunities to play there. Right now, this is their 2nd season as an esports program, and their Smash team already debuted really strongly in their 1st season. So they competed in the ECAC Fall Championship in both 2020, 2021, and in both competitions, they managed to come out on top as a champion. So I definitely don't think they're here to play. They're really showing out in this. They also did very well in the regular collegiate season, also doing 7-0 there. They came out as number 4 in the overall seed. And they also made their way to the playoffs, doing really well and placing 3rd overall. So I think this is really good because they actually placed right under these top Texas teams. They placed right under UT Dallas and University of Houston. And if you know anything about Collegiate Smash, we know that these 2 teams in Texas are really showing out. So I'm excited for New Jersey City University and what they can do for that region when it comes to Collegiate Smash and just bringing a little bit more of notoriety out there. So very excited for that.
Yeehaw, brother! Thank you for that, Vanessa. Yeah, it is true. Like it's a tech. It's weird because we've never had an esport that's dominated by one specific region of the U.S., especially in collegiate. So for Texas to be kind of at the head of a, I guess, growing esport, because the trend that I've been noticing is that Smash is only getting bigger and bigger, and more schools are finally joining it, which is great because Smash is one of the most fun esports to watch. And so I'm excited to see how New Jersey stands up to the top dogs. Now, Erica, you actually have a couple programs to talk to us about.
I do. I actually have the honor to talk about Redbirds, who we all know. I geek about them all the time in the league scene, but today I have the honor, again, to talk about them in the Overwatch scene. This is the only team that had their entire roster signed into Overwatch League, which is incredible because the synergy is there, the communication is there, and the coaching is there, which is all of the metrics we need to hit for a fabulous team. But not only that, I know they're infamous for being 23-1 in the collegiate homecoming season, and they also killed it in the Hugh Fest and the Mayhem fall classic. This team has everything you're looking for in something that is a driven force. And right now their tryouts just happened for their new roster January 15th, so I'm totally excited to see them and what they're going to bring in the new season. And the next team I'm going to talk about is St. Louis University. This team is actually based in Missouri, and while I haven't actually been to Missouri, I know a lot of people are Missouri fans or St. Louis fans, and this team, they have just started out in 2020. A lot of our collegiate league teams have actually started in 2016, but this team is very special to my heart, not only because they have a really fabulous coach who used to coach for CLG Academy, and if you don't know who CLG is, they are one of the biggest, the oldest league teams, professional league teams in the LCS, and it's actually Counter Logic Gaming. If you know them, you also know TSM, Cloud9, and all of like the big dogs. The academy portion of that is really dominant in the academy scene. So we are lucky, or St. Louis is really lucky to have Miko on that roster. The thing about St. Louis University is because they are so new, we don't know a lot about them except for the fact they have a varsity team, multiple varsity teams for league, as well as an esports club, and they also have a dedicated space for their gamers. The thing I really wanted to touch about on this team is that they are fierce on the Rift. We have teams like Maryville, Harrisburg, Winthrop, Redbirds, ASU, all of these people and all of these teams who work so hard to get even at the CLAW level. While St. Louis in Hugh Fest, they just came in, they won second place with not even sweating a drop, and all of their players were extremely confident. That's something that's unseen in new teams, and I'm extremely excited to see what they're going to be having and what they're going to be putting forth in the new season.
Thanks for that, Erica. Last but not least, we're going to be talking about Lycoming College. They are home to the 2021 Eastern Collegiate Athletic Conference Championship of Madden Mo Terry. They are going to be getting a new facility in this upcoming year. That new esports arena is going to have new gaming PCs, console setups, projectors for video viewing, and a new streaming location. Along with Mo Terry, they also have Matt Meikenfielder, who plays for their NBA 2K team. Both of those people have received separate Player of the Week awards, as well as Rookie of the Week awards. So once again, it is young talent that is going far. That is a bright future for this program. In their first year, they only had 2 programs, and since then they have expanded to 5. Their programs in total would be League of Legends, Madden, NBA 2K, Super Smash Bros., and Valorant. So as these young players do better, as they expand programs, this school is only going to be seeing more success, and I cannot wait to see what happens for them. And those are our 5 programs. If there is anyone that we missed, let us know. We want to talk about more. And with your help, we can talk about everyone. Coming up next, we are going to be giving you your preview review after this.
Welcome to our preview review. I'm Erica, that's Jacob, that's Vanessa in the metaphorical table, and today I am going to be talking about League of Legends, again, not surprisingly. But most importantly to me, the CLL season has finally started, guys. I know I geeked out about the Proving Grounds and how, I'm so excited for that, obviously, but CLL, that's my baby. Right now we are doing the regional conferences, and the regional conferences are a requirement before we go into the playoffs and then the championship. So right now we have the Northern Conference finished, the Western Conference, and the Eastern Conference. We're just waiting for our Midwest to catch up. But while we're waiting for that, we are going to be talking about the qualifiers for the proving grounds because we have several collegiate teams making it into that playoffs round and the qualifier rounds. We have Maryville, we have Winthrop, UC Irvine, and Bay State. UC Irvine and Bay State are actually they're kind of new to this like qualifier scene, and I believe they're going to make it really big in the CLAW season as well. So I'm excited for that. And if you want to see some kick butt clips, I guess, check out the Academy on Twitch because those casters, those players, that chat, it will ramp you up. Okay, Vanessa, take it away.
Perfect. Well, in terms of Smash, what we got going on, we have the NACE Star League Collegiate Circuit Finals happen on the 23rd. So this is very recent and fresh. We have players from schools including ASU, UT Tyler, Cal State, Long Beach, RIT, Northwood, University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, UCM, WVU, and a lot of other schools like that too. We got first, second, third, and fourth place. We got some big names there. In first place, we have Ruski Nerd coming from UT Austin. So another Texas team, of course. We are not shocked there. Second place, we got Noodle from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Number 3, we got Castelia from RIT. And then number 4, we got Dovidio from Montgomery County Community College. So I was very excited to look at these finals. And I think that it's nice because we get to see a few different schools that maybe were not as prominent in like terms of last season in terms of Smash. But I'm really excited with this. And we got a few more good things coming up, hopefully from teams outside of Texas and still some greatness coming from within Texas as well.
Yeah, thank you, Vanessa. I believe that this championship was actually one of the most watched collegiate championships as well, so it was really successful. Love to see it. But now, you know it, you love it. Overwatch, it is back, baby. And not only is Overwatch back, but there are 3 additional varsity games that are coming back as well. These games are Call of Duty, CSGO, and Rocket League. The Rocket League will be happening on Mondays at 7 p.m. Call of Duty will be happening on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And CSGO will be happening on Fridays at, you guessed it, 7 p.m. And similar to Overwatch, it will be PST or EST, depending on which conference the players are in. And all of that will be happening at twitch.tv /CSL Esports GG. So tune into that to watch your favorite matches. Also, staying in the theme of all the games I just talked about, remember that CSGO's Face It tournament signups will be ending on January 31st. This is the tournament that involves North America, Europe, and South America, and all regions will begin play on February 5th. And then last but not least, we have the Call of Duty League. It is our College COD, the College COD League. College COD, it's the second week of play, and everyone broke out their brooms this week. There was 2 games where it was not a sweep, and those score lines were 3-1. So Akron beat Miami of Ohio 3-1, UTA beat UTD 3-0, ICC beat Oklahoma Christian 3-0, Illinois State defeated Concordia, Wisconsin 3-0, University of South Dakota beat South Dakota, South Dakota State. Oh, so University of South Dakota against South Dakota State 3-0. And then Colorado Boulder beat New Mexico 3-1. So it was Sweep Nation. The competition is showing, and it's great. That was your preview review. Coming up next is a little chat about Albright College coming up after this. Hello for the last time this week. Jacob Brothers is still here. Erica Sadora is still there. And Vanessa Alves Johnson is also still here. We have a cool little story involving Albright College this week. So, Vanessa, what do we need to know?
So this is what's going on with Albright College. We're very excited because they've gotten a new esports facility on their campus. We love to see the growth of just esports in general. So for those who don't know, Albright College is located in Reading, Pennsylvania. Got a little bit of proximity to Philadelphia, and CSL actually collaborated with the college to put this new facility on campus. And a little bit about Albright and how they compete. They're part of the NACE, thanks to Nerd Street Gamers and CSL. And they joined the Collegiate Esports world back in 2018. So not the newest team, but they've had it for a little bit. This school has had it for a few years, but this new facility is going to be a great new way to support the growth of the program. The venue itself is going to be about 10,000 square feet. It's going to have production spaces and also spaces to be able to create content, along with some rooms for specifically reserved for the practice of the esports team. So there's going to be a lot of great opportunities there. And what's cool is that the facility is actually going to be open to casual gamers and tournament organizers as well. So I'm very excited to see this, just getting more collegiate participation and Smash participation, of course, to me, because I'm a big fan of Smash. It's going to be really good. So I'm excited to see what this brings for this Philadelphia region and just collegiate Smash in general. So go Albright.
Yeah, go Albright. Thank you, Vanessa. Yeah, the main thing about this story that fascinated me the most was CSL's involvement. CSL, they're involved in like all of the esports. So they're involved with so many collegiate programs. So it seems like a logical step to kind of help the creation of facilities. That's something I never really thought about before. And so now that I see this, I hope to see more of it, because CSL has that organizational prowess that can help programs get on, I guess, a level playing field. And hopefully we'll see more of that in the future. But for this week, that is our show. Thank you so much for watching. We hope you have a phenomenal week. And remember that we will always and forever, plus ultra, you see Erica's hands, love you. Have a great week.